wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't do it.
What's going on, friends? Garrett Bush, GBUSH of the Barbershop Podcast was on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show talking about Shedeur Sanders. Man, I'm telling you, he turned heads. The things that he had to say about Shedeur Sanders, he kept it above 100 right there on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Now, when you look at Shedeur Sanders right now in the NFL, you got to understand this dude has only started 5 games as a starting quarterback in the NFL. He only been taking first team reps with the first team offense in 1 month. 1 month. And people still don't understand what it takes being a quarterback in the NFL. Shedeur can't do this. Shedeur can't do this. He can't read the plays. He can't throw a wide receiver open. He can't win a game as a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. So we must select another quarterback in this upcoming draft in 2026. Man, let me tell y'all something. No matter what you hear from people over there on Twitter, on YouTube, podcast, Shedeur Sanders is him. He's a franchise quarterback. Shedeur got a lot of things going around him that's not right. For his coaching, play calling, teammates, wide receivers, offensive linemen, and he's still going out there outperforming just about every quarterback that was selected in this past draft with him. Even though Shedeur was drafted in the 5th round, he outplayed Cam Ward. Last week, he went up against a super dynamic quarterback in Josh Allen, MVP of the league, and outplayed him. Okay, you didn't like that. Last week, if you look at Shedeur Sanders' numbers, look at Jackson Dart numbers last week when he was quarterbacking for the New York Giants, and he was selected before Shedeur. Shedeur outplayed him. He just outplayed him. Yeah, listen, a lot of people want to use these numbers out here. Everybody want to use their own numbers when talking about the quarterback position, and especially Shedeur Sanders. Instead of just looking at the play on the field. That's what I do. You know, I ain't worrying about PFF. I ain't worrying about all those other numbers. I'm looking at the play on the field. Shedeur Sanders is making the offensive line even look better when Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel were playing. Even though they worse, they still bad. Shedeur is making the wide receivers even look better for Cleveland than Joe Flacco, than Dylan Gabriel. When they was quarterback, you didn't even know they had a wide receiver room. Isaiah Bond, never heard on till Shedeur became the starting quarterback. Only thing I'm trying to tell you, it seems like the media and some people want to move the goalposts when it comes to Shedeur Sanders as the quarterback. Now, if you just don't like Shedeur Sanders, hey, I ain't got no beef with you on that, because there's some players out there I just don't like. But to sit there and say he's not a NFL quarterback or a franchise quarterback, man, miss me with that. Miss me with that. That is some bull. What? That is some bull. What? Yeah, that's what it is. Man, if you gonna hate, I'm telling you, this thing run deeper than football. You don't like Coach Prime. We get that. I understand that. And you don't like Shedeur the way he talked during the press conference. I get that. But check this out. He ain't lying. Yeah, he ain't said nothing wrong. He ain't did nothing wrong. Only thing I'm trying to tell you, why do people have to move the goalposts when it comes to Shedeur Sanders at that quarterback position? Forget about all the stuff off the field, the cameras, the lights, and everything. We talking about football as a quarterback on the field right now. And his first 5 starts, one of them games, this dude almost threw for 400 yards. Oh, we didn't see that. You can't see that. Okay. Cover your eyes, Mr. Watts. You can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. What you want me to talk about? You just want me to take that game away. Excuse me. In his first preseason game against the Carolina Panthers, he had to come in because Dylan Gabriel was injured. Shedeur had to start the game. Oh, we ain't talking about, you ain't talking about that, but you want to bring up the Rams game in preseason? Come on, y'all, this thing run deeper than football when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. At this time, let's listen to GBUSH when he was on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. And once again, I just want to say happy holidays to each and one of you. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you don't mind, share this video, hype this video. Once again, happy holidays to you. I'm going to leave you with GBUSH of the Barbershop Podcast. Follow him over there. GBUSH.
Actually, to be truthful, when you're talking about football, you know, the crazy thing about football is it's not done in a back room with calculators. And I respect True Media, but True Media don't draft players. True Media is a nice little asset to tell you what you want. EPA, that's a nice little stat, but when you look at it, you got to take in consideration the entire totality of football. And for so long that we've talked about this, we've boiled down the game of football to fantasy football, numbers, and whose quarterback it is. You walk around the league and watch around the league. Same people told us that Kenny Pickett was the deal. Go watch what Kenny Pickett did the other week. He threw for like 5 yards. They told us he was the best option. Keep looking. Jackson Dart, I think he threw for like 32 yards yesterday. Like, maybe, you know, maybe that was earth-shattering. Go look at Cam Ward and what his numbers are. His numbers have not been great the entire year. The reality of the situation is, yeah, you could talk about EPA and you could talk about all that, but you also have to take in consideration that when you look at the people in front of them, that goes into it. The offensive line is the worst in the league statistically, and that's not even debatable. When you take a look at the receiving core, they get the least amount of separation. They don't catch the ball when it's open. And on top of that, you're missing most, if not all, any of your weapons. So when you look at it, a guy who was in the 5th round, who's already thrown for 360 yards in a game, but we disqualify that because it just wasn't what we wanted to see. But yet and still in that game, Cam Ward is the #1 overall pick. His numbers didn't look better than that. You go into this game, I just saw Josh Allen throw for 12 and 19 for 130. Like, let's keep it real. A lot of times what we be doing is, if you like the quarterback, you can find a stat to say you like him. If you don't like the quarterback, or if you do like the quarterback, you find 17 things to say. When we look at the game of football, you can't do it in a vacuum. Shedeur Sanders, the reality of it, has played, this is 5th or 6th game? And in those 5th or 6th games, does he have some stuff to work on? Sure, he does have some things to work on. He's a rookie. Is he going to have some mistakes? Sure. But he's shown well enough to say that he has an opportunity to be a starting quarterback in this league.
I totally disagree.